Sorry, I forgot to. Go ahead. It's still where?
It's still at Cindy's because it was, it was wet.
Oh, your white one?
Yeah. So what I was thinking is maybe, would it be too hard to ship the two of them together? Like if she could get it over to you,
No, that'd be great.
that'd be fine. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, honestly, I would probably want to wait until one of these days. I mean, it's going to take me a little while to make it, a couple weeks, and then it needs to dry. And
Yeah.
then I don't want to ship it if it's like 9 degrees here.
Right.
So probably, I mean, unless you're in a rush, I mean, I can ship it overnight, but
No, I'm not in a rush.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my stupid surgery, and it'll be
Yeah. Wait, when's that? Next week?
well, it was supposed to be tomorrow, but they postponed it because of my
Because you're cold?
yeah.
Ooh,
They won't.
your
I have to have
famous cold, girl. Your famous cold.
That's right.
You're
I
sick.
had to go to the hospital to take a COVID test. Anyway, but it's okay. So
Oh, they canceled your surgery because they knew you took a COVID test?
no, but I was just too congested.
Oh, yeah.
I had to take a super duper COVID test. I don't know, some fancy schmancy COVID test. Anyway, okay, so now I'm gonna go for a lighter color.
Okay, hold it up. Let me see.
A little darker.
Hold, I'm gonna make you the big one.
Okay.
All right. Oh, pretty.
Yeah, I didn't have it as graded as much as I wanted, but now I'll start darkening it.
Yeah, I love it.
I do too. I mean, I usually don't, I never like that color. I mean, it's such an old fashioned color, but I thought, it's my grandmother.
Well, you wear burgundies, and you should, like, your color palette is a lot like mine. It's like the burgundy roses and the light blue and the gray and a little bit of brown, a little bit of black.
Yeah.
Brown, like earthy colors. And I like everything muted too. I like everything mixed together. It's funny though, the last 2 paintings I've made have been super blue.
Really? Yeah. It's interesting how you get, you kind of go for some colors, and then I'm excited about the tulip lady.
I'm actually excited. I was going to tell you, I'm like, thank you so much. I'm excited to get inspired. I need to go in there and make some serious work. One of the things that helps me get to work though is restoring panels. So I'm going to go in there one day and I just scrape panels for a whole day. I get rid of old stuff. I edit work and I get rid of old stuff.
And then you get ideas how I
do. I just get all fired up. It's a way to connect with the material. And then I have to pick my pictures. It's a little bit confusing because I'm looking at so much old work, but I don't want to paint the old work. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paint the new work. So I have to figure out.
The tulips is old work.
The tulips is new. Well, it's last year's show, but I took the picture last year.
Oh, okay. So it's
a new photo and a new.
Oh, in that sense. I see what you're saying. All right. So let's get this. So this band, I'm gonna have to decide. Oh, I want a little bit of black. Hold on. Where's my colors? What color is it? Black. Well, I have things I know I really want to work on. I still want to work on the tree spirits one, and the one that we were doing at the workshop.
I loved your card, by the way. I loved your card.
Oh, good. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you send that to all your friends? That's so pretty.
No,
you should share that photo with everybody. It looks great.
I made a couple of those, but I like that one. But even yeah.
I loved it.
But I love the card that you sent of the picture that you were working on at the workshop. I mean, I looked at it, I said, I was so busy working on my stuff. I don't even know what you did to get that.
That was a crazy piece. You guys inspired that one. I know, it was fun. Well, it was a great collage. It had that simple horizontal landscapey,
right,
brown, like land and sky.
And you put that wild paper down the head.
Yeah, those big black roses on it. Yeah. And those polka dots come through. But you can make your, I want to make a lot of stuff. I really do. I like a grid. Like I like the polka dots, kind of like to make helps the composition that kind of come through.
Okay, so here I feel like I've made it
Nice.
kind of blocky.
I love it. I love the way you did. I love the way the wax looks. Okay, so now I would fuse it with the heat gun and let it all just kind of melt together with the heat gun.
Okay.
And then you got to remember to give it that little bit of extra time after you fuse it. Don't start scraping it right away. And this is a good place for you to think like, oh, if I had a couple pieces to work on, right?
Oh, be going from one to the other.
Yeah, then you do this like, yeah, and maybe there's a way that you could just like slightly even just tint or hue the colors that you just used. You could make them a little bit more blue. You could you can make them a little more yellow. You could warm them up and use them on another piece.
Well, actually, so one thing I've been doing is, when I have all this mauve now on the plate, I just take a practice board and cover it. So I mean that's something that you were teaching us. These things are not as hot as the hair dryers.
The hair dryer? What hair dryer?
Well, I mean,
torch?
You use a torch, but
I use both. I love the heat gun. The heat gun.
But this kind is not as hot.
Oh, is that because it has a battery?
I don't know why. But it just takes longer for it to.
Maybe because it has a battery.
Better, so I don't mess something up too fast.
Yeah, and this layer is really just to like connect everything. You're not really trying to do anything unless you wanna move it or lighten it.
No, let's see. Oops. Grandmother. So are you scraping back one of your pieces now while I'm working?
No, I'm sitting here. I'm hitting the cat. No, I'm in the house. It's too cold. If I'm going in the studio, I have to go out there all day because I heat the whole building. I have to heat the whole building up.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours in there, or else it's not financially worth it to heat it up.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, this thing, I put a heater on this back porch, which makes it much better than last year. But I slowly start heating it up in the morning and then slowly inch up the temperature.
Yeah, and then you get the sun, and then you can go in there and work for a little while, and then it's time to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Right, but it's different than having to do your whole garage.
My heater is really good. It's like it doesn't waste a drop. Like it pretty much, that radiant heat system, it just heats up it's great. I have to keep it on pretty much the whole, start it up. I have to wait for it to warm up the space.
Right.
And then once I do that, that takes it just takes a little bit of time, and then it stays warm. It's good. It's probably like $300 for the whole winter.
You're kidding. Wow.
No, it's not that bad.
I don't know how. I just have electric.
My house is like $300 a month.
The same with mine. It's just because I just have electric heat. I don't have any of the other stuff. Right. Okay, let's let this cool, and I guess I'll just paint one of the practice.
Wait, do you own the house that you live in there?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And then I'm making changes to it slowly. Slowly, I'm making changes so I can either sell it or rent it. Oh, listen, there's this woman who lives in Carpinteria, California, which is just close to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, I love that area.
She wants to do a timeshare with me.
That
would be so perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, it would be perfect.
That's perfect. I love Santa Barbara. Oh my God. except when except when they're having mudslides.
Well, I mean, California's, I don't think I want to live there. It's kind of a mess. It really
I would
is a-
definitely not buy anything. I mean, I could never really, we couldn't afford anything in California anyway, but
Oh, I couldn't, yeah. So I'm making these changes thinking, that I could maybe swap houses once in a while, or,
yeah.
but I'm also making it like, for, senior, available for seniors. So I could live here in my old age if I had to.
Yeah, that's good.
Well,
Smart.
let's see.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna renovate the downstairs and we're gonna live downstairs.
But very slow. But I don't know about where you are, but it's really hard to get contractors here. I mean, COVID's messing everything up. People.
Well, they're building also they're building houses everywhere, and all those workers are going to the new construction because that's where the money is at.
Yeah, they don't want to do right.
They don't want to do house projects anymore.
Okay, this is kind of a mess.
Unless it's a build up from the bottom. I know, it's weird. Are you just doing this to use up your paint?
Yeah, I'm just using paint. Okay.
That's great. No, that's great. It's a good practice. And then you can practice your stencils. You know what? You can put your stencils on that to make sure you like the color combos.
That's a great idea. Okay.
Yeah, you can use it, and then you can kind of go back. You know what else is really nice is that you'll have like little pieces of the piece that you're working on.
I've made all these practice things now.
Yeah, and sometimes when I exhibit work, I actually exhibit like a big piece with little accessory pieces like around it on the wall.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Should I paint grandmother with clear? Just
well, do you have a little bit more of that light color and caustic, that multi color?
Make it really light. Wait, hang on a second.
I would just go, do you know how your stencil is so perfectly oval? I would just go, like mess it up a little bit with some.
Okay, just touch. Okay, don't go over her face, but just kind of get in there. Okay.
Like around her neck, and like I would just a couple little brush strokies right around there.
So that's what that's okay. So the other thing is that I need to work on is the woman with the where, and I have to send those to you just to show you the next step.
Okay.
All right. So, okay, grandmother, and then I scrape you a little bit better. And then I'll just do clear over the rest. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Maybe I should just, I'm going to give her purple here. All right. And just a little bit over her face. And then we're going to have the well. Nice. Okay, that should be good.
Did that help blend it?
I think so. I'll have to do a little scraping. Let me fuse it and I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to have to scrape, just kind of smooth it out, but it's.
Oh yeah, nice. I mean, I love it. That's great. Looks great. Now you're gonna bring her neck out. Are you gonna dig her neck out?
I may. I got at the workshop. You dug out the woman's face, and I think you used this. Was that it?
No, I don't like that tool.
What was it?
I might have, you know what? I use that pottery. I use that. Yeah, yes, I use that thing. Okay. I love that thing. And I use the wooden tools. I don't like that tools never worked for me.
That's really more of a pottery tool, isn't it?
I've seen a lot of people use it nicely. I just doesn't work for me.
Okay. All right. So
I feel like I get like a U shape mark all the time.
That would make sense. Okay, I'm going to stay away from her face because it's still working. So I'm going to start scraping up the rest of it now.
Okay.
Yes. La, 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 la. I'm wondering if I should, because there's such a clear marked line, I'm wondering if I should, between the dark and light, is there any way I can get rid of that line?
Well, you got to remember it's going to be, yeah, you can blend it, but also it's going to be behind other things.
Okay.
So the line might fade
Right.
away, but you have to, yeah, you can use your razor blade or that pottery tool and just go along the line, go up and down, like 1, 2, 1, 2, kind of like up, up, across, across, up, up, across, right?
I just gouged it with the razor like an idiot.
Well, you can just use your heat gun and heal it. How bad?
Big one. Look at that. This is horrible. I've never done one like that. See that? Can you see it?
That big, yeah, just put the heat gun on it for 1 second and then or blend it with your finger and then heat gun it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Uh-oh. What's happening? Sometimes, yeah, sometimes patching's good.
I'm gonna melt some of the color. See if I can put some back on again. God. I'm still learning how to, the pressure I need. Sometimes it feels like I need more because it's so, and then sometimes it has to be such a light touch.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh. Well, here we go.
Well, you have to if you're not used to that tool, you're just gonna have to get used to it. It's kind of a softer tool, so you have to kind of go at an angle a little bit.
The metal one?
Yeah, that's scraper tool.
Okay. Nope, that's not gonna work. Is that you?
Yeah. That's my mama. It's so hard for her to I can't, I can't socialize with anybody.
Excuse me?
My mom is like, like we would have had her over for dinner, but I can't have her over for dinner because
Oh, because the COVID.
Yeah.
How long are you quarantined? How long are you going to
week, probably a week, 7 days.
Do you have at-home tests? I finally.
Yeah, I got 2. Well, Rory just went to New York. Duncan got tested on Friday. He's negative, and both the kid Rory just got tested. He's negative, but then you can't get tested here. So we just bought some at-home tests in the mail, but they haven't come yet. They're supposed to come next week.
Wow. Yeah, they take a long time. I think
everyone's buying them.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done home tests, but it's a good thing I did.
Someone's making a killing off of this financially. That's like the sad part. And like, there's this one place here in Philly, like if you can't get an appointment anywhere else, they'll do it, but it's $150 cash only. Cash.
It's disgusting.
I know. I think the government should just be like, shut that shit down. That should be subsidized.
Oh, absolutely.
People should be able to get free walk-in free tests. The only place like Rory needed a test. I remember this when we went to Louisiana, and the military had testing sites.
Oh, was it free?
Yeah. Good. But they don't. That's the only place I've seen that. I haven't seen that again. That should be everywhere.
I thought Maryland was asking the military to come in
to do tests or just to. Or to save us from the Civil War. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'll stop talking about that.
Well, no, I think it's a real problem. Okay.
Oh, do you need a new battery? Oh, okay.
No, Pam, gentle. I'll just do what I can in the time we have, and then
Yeah, let's see how it's going. I know you had to fix
I haven't done anything yet. I had to,
fix your neck.
yeah, no, I'm not even there yet. Wait, let's do this. No, I was trying to fix that gouge that I made, which it didn't work with my finger. It was just spreading all over the place.
Yeah, sometimes it's like too soft.
Now I'll go very gentle on her neck. Right now, it looks like there's just this head sticking out. Now, in terms of, let's see.
How's that working?
It's smoother. I haven't really exposed her neck that much. I'm working on it. That's coming. I think I'm gonna try another try a new blade. Yeah, I don't want to see my bill from the Berkeley urgent care.
Oh,
Horrible. We'll see.
well, you said you had good insurance, so I'm sure insurance.
I do have good insurance, but but then I think they take advantage of it,
Yeah.
So I should have said, wait, are you sure I need a chest x-ray? Okay, all right, she's
If you were having trouble, if you said that having difficulty breathing was a symptom, they're going to be on that.
Well, I wasn't really having, I was just congested and coughing.
Well, I think that's categorizes as difficulty breathing.
Yeah, I guess it's, yeah.
I think they're all oversensitive and getting lumped together now.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, better be cautious.
Yeah, right. And it was good. I mean, I could get in, there's a place that would take me, which is, what's going on here? Okay, here, I see what's happening here. Okay. Well, it feels very messy still over here. I really enjoy doing the encaustic. I mean, yesterday I was doing some stuff on Lightroom and Photoshop, because I need to upgrade, and I could do it, but then I do this and it's so much more relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to do other things. I mean, I even find that even drawing and even doing like the printmaking, yeah, I had to edit a huge job last week and it was hard to sit there, and I mean, I would have rather been in my studio. The materials are so much more interesting to be around.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that reminds the photography.
That reminds me, at some point, I am going to ask you print some more black and whites for me to work with, but I
Sure.
just thought I should finish up. I've got this one and then 2 others that I want to work
Sure.
on.
No, I'm happy to.
Be ready to get to the next thing.
Yeah. Anytime.
Thanks. And it's
I
not,
feel like I need to pick some new, print some stuff too. We can inspire each other in these winter months.
well, I like your idea of taking one like image and doing it 2 or 3 ways. So
Yeah.
there's still some stuff I want to work with, but I love the woman that we worked on the workshop. I mean, what you showed me was like, I can't wait to get in there and do it.
Aw, that's
No, really, it's just really cool.
good. I'm so glad we made that happen. That was great.
I am too. It was the one picture, I kind of show my kids as I'm going, a little of this and that. And
Yeah.
one picture that you helped me with at the workshop,
Uh-huh.
one picture, my one son said, I want that.
Oh my God, that's such a compliment.
Oh,
Well,
it
you
was?
know what? I don't know if you realize your whole like creative process on that, but you literally got the workshop together because you liked one of my pictures. Do you remember? And then you wanted to make something like that. And then you got everybody to come together. You got the workshop to happen. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing was sort of like
It was,
it was like a creative process, the whole thing, to lead
but
up to that, to lead
you-
up to that.
I just, and it was so good to
Great,
actually,
I'm glad. That's very nice that somebody noticed your effort
yeah, right, yeah.
and
I don't
responded positively to it. That's great.
I don't expect much from my boys.
Oh my God, actually so Rory, yeah, it's funny because I was talking to Ace about this, but like I often, Rory's done a lot of artwork, like in darkroom stuff with me over the years.
Oh, it's really cool. Isn't that
Yeah,
nice?
it's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. And Ace is into photography now, but what was I gonna say? Oh, so Rory texts me these pictures of my favorite artist at a show in New York, and I had literally like just talked to him and said like, I totally want to go to New York. I really have to see this show and all the stuff. And then he like completely, I think, forgot that I said that to him, but ended up at the show and sent me pictures of the show. And I was like, don't you remember my telling you? But it was cute.
Who's the artist that you like?
It's Sarah Moon.
Sarah Moon. Okay, I'll look.
Yeah. Yeah, Sarah Moon. Yeah, she's having a show. And yeah, somebody actually just purchased 2 of my pieces from the January portfolio
Cool.
of the Lost Late Love. And they were like, you have to go to New York and see this show. So I was like, okay. But yeah, I love Sarah Moon. She's like one of my idols.
We need those. That's for sure.
Yeah, we sure do.
I'm getting in here.
Oh, good. Well, show me when you're ready. Show me I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm almost, and then I think time's going to be up. But then if you give me we'll talk about.
I'm totally around. I mean, I'm at your beck and call. I'm hibernating.
Oh my gosh, let me just see.
There's nothing to go outside for. When it's like 9, it's gonna be 9 degrees or something.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
I know, it's awful.
Yeah, when I came back from California, it was like really cold. It was hard to let the dog out. Oh my gosh.
Well, I know. I tell the dog, I'm like, yep, good luck with that. I'm like, bye, go outside. I'll see you later.
Wow.
Get out there. Call me when you're done. No.
Right. And she's an outdoor dog, but still, I'm trying to get grandmother's nip. All right, let's get your nip. Let's see what's going on here. It's squeaking away over here.
Wax, I know, wax.
Sometimes I enjoy waxing and some scraping, but I don't know. Like yesterday and today, it's been really hard for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the problem is.
I think it's the cold. Remember I think it's the cold. Maybe it's the temperature.
Yeah, I actually warmed the studio up, so it's pretty warm today, but
Okay.
still having some trouble with it. But let's see. Get over here. All right. Well, when I was in LA, we went to an art exhibit called, let's see, was it LA Museum of Contemporary Art, something like that. And it was called Witch Hunt, and it's female artists,
Oh.
you know, that have, you know, it's ways that women are, you know, don't have a voice, and, you know, just different ways that women feel they need to get out, to be heard, some of the things they have to do. And one of them reminded me of a friend of mine who she's African American, and she defines herself as queer. And she's a beautiful performance artist. I mean, we've done a lot of work together. Where I'm doing the photographs, but so there was a piece in there that I just loved. I sent it to her, and turns out she knows the artist who did it. You know, it's like,
Oh, send it to me. I want to see it.
It's all just iPhone, and it's really stripped. But what I really liked was it's a projection of a film, but it's really 3 films. And so the first one this is African American, right? First one is like a witch doctor with covered with raffia, and it kind of just goes like that. So that's always kind of a constant. And then there's a dancer, and there are 2 images of the dancer, and one image is like a line drawing, and I don't know how they did it on film. And there's the actual film of the dancer, but kind of,
maybe they did it digitally, or maybe they did it digitally. Maybe they drew.
Well, no, but the thing that was so interesting was that the line drawing was 15 to 30 seconds behind the dancer as a regular dancer. And I wouldn't have noticed it, but my daughter-in-law is a film editor in LA, and we're looking at it, she said, oh, it's like 15 seconds behind. And it's very cool to see this dancer, you know, whatever the movement was, if it's going like that, if it's like that, then the other one's moving like it's
cool. That sounds so
very cool. Yeah. And
beautiful.
Yeah, anyway, it was interesting. So this is, I still have a lot of scraping to do, but I feel like I'm getting there. Oops, what is it? Wait a second. Anyway, it was nice to go to a real museum. I mean, you know, I get some culture, Pam.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I went to the Philadelphia Museum. It's like, I haven't been to a museum like
I know. I love that show. I enjoyed that show.
Yeah,
I want to go to New York and see some art. I need to, but I just have to.
New York is, yeah, that's really special.
It's so cool.
Okay, here we are.
Okay, so one of the things, if you're struggling scraping,
yeah,
you can hit it with the heat gun a little bit and scrape it. Like if you want to clear that neck area, don't feel like you're cheating by just hitting it gently.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to get like a nice curve, you need the wax to cooperate. If you don't get the wax to cooperate, you're going to make some line that you're not a fan of.
Well, that's part of what's happening.
So if you want to make a nice curvy line, you need to heat that wax up a little bit so that you're able to use the wooden tool and do a curve. You could also heat the wooden tool up. What you want, I would draw the line first. Draw the line first with a wooden tool so you know where you're going.
Oh, okay.
And scrape. So you're going to use a combination of tools here.
Okay.
If you just scrape at it randomly, you may or may not hit it. Yeah, that'll work. But if you draw it where you want it and remove the wax, you see that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just scoop it down here.
Yeah, and this might be a good idea too. Do you have a photo of the piece? Like you sent me a photo of the piece. So if you wanted to look at the photo of the piece so you can get
What
that
is it?
one, her shoulder line comes right off of half of her chin, like right at her smile line. Her shoulder line on the left is very high, and her neckline is straight down from her ear.
Oh, so bring it up here.
Don't be afraid of using that heat gun to remove wax that you wanted to move.
I do, but then I have to be really careful because otherwise then I'm scraping all the wax off. Like
No, I understand, but you also don't want to be struggling to scrape. That's not fun either. You shouldn't be, you know what I mean? Like you shouldn't feel like you're struggling to scrape. That's not fun.
that's not fun. No, it's not fun.
No, and you can manipulate that wax.
Just have to really pay attention. You're saying get her shoulder line up here. Mm. You made it look so easy when you took off the wax off the
Off our arm.
one what do you, the workshop.
Well, yeah, but you have to remember that I do this I'm doing this every day for a while. I hope I can do something. My God. I try hard. I try so hard.
Try so
I
hard.
try so hard.
Oh, I see. This is getting much easier. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, don't be shy. Like make
Got
it
the
easy
right.
for yourself.
And I don't mind if there's a little bit of wax, you know, a little bit of color here and there. It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, much nicer. Ooh, I like this thing.
Oh,
Ooh.
good. Oh, good. Let me see it. We should end on an upbeat note. End
I
on a positive note.
On a yeah, and I'm like I said, I don't mind if there's a little bit of color still.
Oh yeah, I like that. Perfect. Yep. And I like how the flowers are. I would take a little bit of the color off of the black flowers and establish your frame so that when you add the other dark stencils, they kind of mix together.
Yeah, okay.
So that you have something dark in the background, something dark in the background.
One other thing before we go, I have,
Yeah.
you know, I put down the actual pictures here and then I had trouble, you know, this line. So do I use pigment stick to kind of cover that or put a little more?
Is it actually a line like there's a, because it's a collage, there's a line?
That's the line of the collage. Yeah.
Yeah, I would wait and see if you end up, I would wait and see, do all your other things first. And then if that line is still bothering you, sometimes I let things like that just stay there and I have to kind of assess where I'm going with other things.
Okay.
So say you are working on a stencil around to the left corner, you know, where you have the dark, and you just have a little bit of that extra paint. Maybe you put a little bit of that paint over that line and you can sort of start to blend that line, or you add a stencil there. Like if it doesn't accidentally sort of go away on its own, we'll address it later. But if you over address it as an issue right now, you're going to cause yourself more problems.
Yeah, great.
Right? Because you'll try to micromanage it and you'll just get caught up in trying to think about that one thing where you really need to start developing the whole feeling of the piece and working on the atmosphere. And then I bet once you start working on other things, your attention to that area will go away, or it'll be easier to blend it.
Okay, that's great. This is a good time to hand off. So let's email, because I know you're really